And we're just waiting for that first whistle. I am being joined by Chaz.
And we're off.
Hit delivered there by Hot Carl. And number 32, GQ jamming for Salem men's roller derby.
And with some great effort, he manages to squirrel his way through, but not with a big clearance yet.
I'm just excited to have someone as wise and beautiful as Chaz sitting by me right now.
And just a reminder, if you see anyone walking around with one of those lovely green buckets, look for a chance to take part in our 50-50 raffle. That's a ticket for $1 or 6 for $5. And you could win half the pot, with the other half going towards the Emerald City All-Stars.
I like money. Starting this one off for SMRD is Trussell. That's number 15. He's out against number 69, Dr. B, with the muscly butt.
And some amazing tenacity by number 15, Trussell, staying up against some fierce resistance. Little jammer-to-jammer combat as they head around the last turn.
3-wall in the back for SMRD, hitting Dr. B in the chest. Trussell making his way through around the outside. And it looks like a track cut was awarded to Dr. B at the end of the jam. Or
looks
not.
like just a brief visit to the penalty box.
Trussell shifting gears, getting through, and that is a 4-point pass. 4 points for Dr. B on the last time through. Want to remind everyone once again about the Eugene Weekly. Eugene Weekly proudly supports the Emerald City Roller Girls.
They certainly do.
$79 for Salem men's roller derby, $115 for Lane County Concussion, 27-20 remaining in the bout.
And despite some big efforts, he gets through.
Getting out first was Sergeant Pepper for Lane County. GQ getting out second. He's trying to put the pressure on. Sergeant Pepper calling off the jam.
And wisely so.
All right, Lane County calling on X, and he's out there against Salem men's roller derby number 15. That's Trussell. Trussell blowing by on the outside for lead jammer SMRD.
And as X works to make up that gap, it's clearly got a lot of work to do.
We're even up in the pack. Trussell trying to find some space in that 3-wall for LCC at the front. And he picks up 4 points, 1 point for LCC. Once again, Sizzle Pie, celebrating women who go hard with 9 slices pizzas available 7 days per week. Vegan, vegetarian meat pies available for dine-in, pickup, or delivery till at least 3 a.m. 3 a.m. Sizzle Pie at the corner of Broadway and Willamette. Death to false pizza, Chaz.
It sounds great to me, Shove. And as the skaters get off, looks like number 313.
That's
Rico Swervy. Rico Swervy
Grimes and Punishment out there making his rounds for LCC. Rico Swervey calling off the jam. 2 points awarded there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're falling in love with roller derby, keep in mind that we have the Big O tournament coming up here in just a few months in early May. And contrary to previous reports, it actually will be here in Eugene at the Lane Event Center. One of the biggest roller derby tournaments in the region. Teams from all over the world be there. The Big O. Everyone's coming.
No question, it's the biggest in the state. International, it's going to be exciting. Getting out first is GQ, the captain for SMRD. Still in the pack is multi-class D12, trying to find some space.
And Salem men's roller derby not making it easy on multi-class, but finally manages to break loose. Got a lot of work to do for sure.
And GQ trying to get past X. Get some help from his blockers, calls off the jam after picking up 2, and that'll bring our score to 88, I believe. Maybe my math's wrong. My math was wrong once before. It's either 87 or 88, SMRD to 116 LCC.
Well, Shove, it doesn't take great math to know that this contest is razor tight right now. I mean, this margin could disappear in one epic jam. This is anyone's game. Still very intense.
Close indeed, getting out first right there, Rico Swervey. In hot pursuit is Sergeant Pepper. Sergeant Pepper actually your lead jammer on the track.
And a very shrewd calling off of the jam by Sergeant Pepper, not in scoring position ahead of the other jammer. He had to be conservative, had to call it off.
Reminding everyone again about Colfer Chiropractic Wellness Center, a longtime supporter of the Emerald City Roller Girls.
And this jam will begin as a power jam situation in favor of LCC.
And that was a punishing start for X, but they say that he went through the middle of the back. That's a back block. That'll land them in the box for the difference in time between the penalties for the previous jammer and for X.
Looks like he was just a little too eager there, Shove.
That was a big shove, actually, and it looks like we've got Rico Swervey making some space in the pack. He's your lead jammer on the track.
And as X comes back in, clearly got a lot of work to do, but gets through the pack, picking up some speed.
All right, he's not the lead jammer. He will be able to pick up points on the next pass. A lot of action. And a hit between Rico Swervey and X. Rico Swervey picking up 5. And 5 points for X from LCC. And I would judge from the roar on the bench that Rico Swervey was supposed to call that one off. 6 foot fetish almost lost her voice on that one.
And as we come up on minute 39 of this jam, really fast-paced action, still a lot of determination out there. Great hustle.
We also want to remind everyone about the Horsehead, a longtime supporter of the Emerald City Roller Girls. If you have an opportunity, please support the things that make the Derby happen, in this case, the Horsehead.
And meanwhile, a lot of fancy footwork still. And number 69, Dr. B, attains lead jammer status, clearing the pack.
Number 13 is Photobomb for SMRD. Pack advantage right now favoring Salem.
And as number 10, Dragon Balls for LCC, getting sent to the penalty box. Jam is called off, and we regroup for more action. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are a big part of our community here in Eugene, and we are proud to support CASA, court-appointed special advocates. We'll be donating a portion of this season's proceeds to CASA as part of our mission to support our community through roller derby.
Kids are always a worthwhile cause. Getting out first is number 42. That's Grime and Punishment. He's out there against number 15 for Salem. That's Trussell. Trussell last week winning MVP for SMRD against the Cherry City Derby Girl All-Stars. Rick Shames with the hit there in turn 2 on Grime and Punishment. Our scoreboard says 95 SMRD, 127 LCC with 19:05 remaining in the bout.
Salem men are very slowly chipping away at that deficit, Chubb. We can see a big move at any time. I am on the edge of my seat. I don't know what to do with the rest of it.
That whistle gets us started, and we've got Sergeant Pepper, E5 for LCC, grabbing lead jammer. He's out there against number 13, that's Photobomb. We're even up in the pack, all the skaters on the track. This is a special treat. Sergeant Pepper blowing past the last line of defense for a 4-point pass.
LCC playing, frankly, kind of conservatively at this point, banking their points, calling off the jams quickly. That's how you do it.
The closer the score is, the more conservative the coaching is as well. Reminding everyone once again about the Cowfish Dance Club and Lounge. Start the party or seal the deal at 62 West Broadway with great cocktails and heavy-duty happy hour. It's the Cowfish.
And meanwhile, number 42, Grimes and Punishment, takes lead jammer status for LCC, opening up a wide margin as things stay real messy in the pack. And following up for Salem Men's Roller Derby, number 15, Trussell, just trying to catch up at this point. Very fast pack.
Once again, let's talk about Sizzle Pie, celebrating women who go hard with 9 slice pizzas available 7 days per week. Vegan, vegetarian meat pies available for dine-in, pickup, and delivery till at least 3 a.m. 3 a.m. Sizzle Pie at the corner of Broadway and Willamette. Death to false pizza.
There is no substitute for that kind of dedication.
Huge hit there delivered by Photobomb on Sergeant Pepper as they go chest to chest. Sneaking through on the inside is Rico Swervey for lead jammer SMRD.
And meanwhile, some hard hits going on, ends up resulting in a backblock call for Sergeant Pepper, E5 for Lade County Concussion, leaving Salem Men's Roller Derby in a power jam situation. This may be just the opportunity they need to turn the momentum around in this match.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a fan of SMRD, it's time to make some noise! There's 12 of them, but they're the most hardcore fans in all of Derby.
Dedication counts for a lot. And is Rick Shames being sent to the box for something I couldn't quite hear? The jam continues, still with the power jam. Power jam situation still in favor of Salem Men's Roller Derby, racking up another 5-point grand slam. And now we see the LCC jammer standing up, getting ready to exit the box. Perfect time to put an end to the jam. So he has to start the next jam, still relaxing in the penalty box.
106 SMRD, 135 Lane County Concussion with 15-12 remaining in this one. And I bet you after this we're gonna have some kind of after party thing, huh, Chaz?
You know, the after parties are always epic, and Cowfish is a great host for them. You can hang out with Derby peeps, enjoy an adult beverage, and some of that delicious sizzle pie pizza we've been talking your ear off about. Meanwhile, GQ, number 32 for Salem Men's Roller Derby, picking up lead jammer status, trying to continue this apparent swing in momentum, doing everything he can to narrow that gap.
Sergeant Pepper has signed a high block. He'll go to the box for a minute, and that means that SMRD is on the power jam, picking up 4 points there. This is an opportunity for the Possums to jump right back in the middle of this one.
And up against some serious resistance, GQ manages to get through, rack up another 5-point grand slam. That's starting to close this gap, ladies and gentlemen.
Some nice offense there from SMRD as they try to open up a hole in the pack for GQ. We got a direction of gameplay call, and that's going to be a minute in the box, which makes we're even up now for blockers. GQ squirting through again for another 5 points on that pass.
And those LCC blockers practically sitting on GQ, but he manages to stick it.
And we're down to 15 points as he slides through again. That's 5 more. We're down to 10, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my.
Sergeant Pepper going down after a hit from Trussell. 4 points awarded to GQ. The scoreboard says 6 points between the two teams. Sergeant Pepper.
Oh my! It's another power jam situation being set up for Salem Men's Roller Derby. That was, what, a 15-point jam right there? 15 unanswered points or so by Salem Men's Roller Derby. This is a very exciting turn of events, ladies and gentlemen. LCC has held a relatively comfortable lead throughout this bout, but now it starts to slip away. Can they turn it back around? Can they maintain?
129, Salem Men's Roller Derby, 135, Lane County Concussion, 12:46 remaining in the bout. Power jam right now, number 13, Photo Bomb for SMRD. That makes sense.
And this photobomb meets the pack, meeting some fierce resistance from those LCC blockers, manages to stick it as he breaks through the pack. Sergeant Pepper still cool in his heels, very likely wishing he was not watching what's happening in front of his eyes right now.
4-on-1 in the pack. Photobomb tiptoeing through on the last pass. Does it again for another 5 points, and we have a lead change, ladies and gentlemen.
Lead change! We all know what that means. If you are enjoying a beverage, this is a customary time to take a sip. The lead has changed, the momentum is shifting. What are we gonna see?
135 LCC, 139 Salem Men's Roller Derby. Photobomb trying to make his way around the outside, going down hard in turn 3.
And the Sergeant Pepper is finally released from the box, finally looking to enter from behind the pack, hoping that he can get around and maybe rack up some points, but clearly a lot of work to be done for LCC at this point.
Sergeant Pepper out of a cannon around the outside. Photobomb against X, and now slides by YB Normal. And the points are awarded 4-3, so 1 point differential on that jam. Our score, Lane County Concussion 138, Salem Men's Roller Derby 143. It's a 5-point bout with less than 11 minutes remaining, ladies and gentlemen.
I've got that uneasy feeling in the pit of my stomach. I don't know what's gonna happen, Shove.
Huge hit delivered by Trussell in turn 1. against grime and punishment. Getting out first is number 32. That's GQ.
And some very energetic blocking by LCC. Some would say desperate, but hasn't managed to stop GQ yet.
Both teams with a real sense of urgency right now. GQ trying to get through that last line of defense for LCC. He has one to beat, and he is by for 4 points.
And he calls off that jam. Looks like before Grime and Punishment has an opportunity to address that gap, and the deficit grows in favor of Salem men's roller derby, 147 to 138.
Ladies and gentlemen, these skaters are going hard all night. Who's having fun watching some roller derby tonight? I believe that was a team timeout. Salem men's roller derby trying to call that timeout right before we went into it. So I think they wanted to discuss things, because this bout's crazy, ladies and gentlemen. It's insane. Number 13 is Photobomb, but getting through first. Oh.
That is not the news they needed right now. Dr. B, number 69 for LCC, being sent to the penalty box. Again, a power jam situation for Salem men's roller derby. You know, I ought to just make a sample of myself saying that and play it over and over. It's becoming a theme here late in the second half.
There was a track cut that landed Dr. B in the box. A 5-point pass for Photobomb. Pack advantage right now favoring LCC. Multi-class with a hit there, sending Photobomb to the mat. Jumping back up, he's out there against Inspector Spaceman, lowering the boom.
And some good efforts by the LCC blockers, trying to keep this thing slow down the pace a little bit, break the stride of Salem. But boy, they are just not falling for it. Still a very fast-paced game. And another 5-point grand slam for Photobomb.
GQ and Shred-Eye putting the stops on the outside, opening up a nice channel there for Photobomb. Dr. B back on the track, and Photobomb calls off the jam. Ladies and gentlemen, LCC 138, Salem men's roller derby 166, and we're under 8 minutes remaining in the bout. Right now, you know who could use some love? The Lane County Concussion. Let's make some noise for LCC!
And as apparently an official timeout is called, again to review some fine point of the very sophisticated roller derby rules.
Cowfish. It's the after party.
And looks again like number 313, Rico Swervey, lining up for Salem men's roller derby. Getting a lot of work done, meanwhile, as Grime and Punishment finally escapes the pack.
Both jammers furiously skating to get back to the pack. Pack advantage favoring Salem men's roller derby right now. It's 3-on-1. Both jammers are making their way through. Points are being awarded. Some discussion about how many fingers were being shown by our officials. And as long as we're talking about officials, let's talk about all the volunteers that it takes to make roller derby happen. It's an army of volunteers. Those include our non-skating officials, our skating officials, everyone you see out there doing the merch, running the food, taking care of the stands, answering questions at the door, taking tickets. Even announcing, Chaz, even announcing.
That's exactly true, Shav. It takes a lot of dedication from a lot of volunteers to make this happen, and we love it.
Photographers, we like them too. They always have the amazing shots after the bouts are over. Dr. B on the line against number 32, that's GQ. Both jammers trying to get position as they make their way into turn one.
All right, a lot of fancy footwork and a little hop by number 69, Dr. B. Manages to get him past that pack and acquire lead jammer status. Opens up a pretty good lead. But GQ's not going to take it lying down. Okay, sure. Okay.
Dr. B picking up points for there. Your score 145, LCC 170. Salem men's roller derby with 5:48 remaining in the bout. It's almost too crazy for this early. I can't even imagine what the women's bout's gonna be like after this one. Too insane. Getting right off the line is Sergeant Pepper for LCC. He's your lead jammer on the track. And that's what's sometimes called a fast jam. All right, looks like we've got grime and punishment out there for LCC. SMRD calling on number 32, team captain GQ. Grime and punishment with 2 to beat near the front of the pack. Skating back in, and he has 1 to make it around. Getting out first was GQ, lead jammer SMRD.
And GQ looks like he was maybe getting just a little bit greedy there, trying to rack up some extra points before calling off the jam. He ended up having to call it, looks like, without scoring any.
Dr. B with the big hit in turn 2. Nice job playing defense there, Dr. Booty.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that 50-50 raffle is going to be drawn during halftime of the second bout. Halftime of the second women's bout here tonight. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, it's time to start thinking about that, time to get out your wallets and see what you can win.
Sergeant Pepper with the star for LCC. Photobomb on the track. Big hit delivered there. I believe it was by X.
Sergeant Pepper likely still feeling the sting of some of those earlier penalties, trying to clean it up, trying to turn this thing around, taking some big hits, and still not giving up, ladies and gentlemen.
Huge hit delivered there by Just Evil, lands him in the box for SMRD. Looks like a point awarded. Our score, 148 LCC, 170 Salem men's roller derby, 251 remaining in the bout.
Looks like GQ, number 32, lining up again for Salem men's roller derby, and for LCC, number 42, Grimes and Punishment. They know what's riding on this, ladies and gentlemen. Some fancy footwork, some cleverness going on here in place of brute force.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the last jams of the bout. Both teams fighting hard. Let's make some noise for Grime and Punishment as he gets lead jammer for LCC.
And GQ couldn't hold that turn in his eagerness to maintain his speed. He couldn't hold that edge.
And it's a fast pack as they make their way around the track. It looks like they're trying to reform. Grime and Punishment making his way through. He has one to beat, and that is a 5-point pass for LCC. And ladies and gentlemen, it's a power jam for Lane County Concussion. As Grime and Punishment picks up 10 points so far on the jam.
And another grand slam for LCC as they go to squeeze that margin down to a 7-point game with 1:32 left to play. It doesn't get any tighter than this, ladies and gentlemen.
20 points so far for Grime and Punishment on this jam. It's a 2-point bout. Even up in the pack.
Grimes and Punishment sticks it, calls off the jam, makes the points. And it's a lead change in favor of LCC, ladies and gentlemen. 173 to 170. Minute 3 left to play. And we have some word from the official here.
Rico Swervey, that's number 313 for SMRD, picks up his 7th, and he has been promoted to fan. He's out of this bout.
Ooh, all right, so with Swervey fouled out, that changes the landscape a little bit.
Sergeant Pepper working hard against Trussell there. He is lead jammer for LCC. GQ hitting the pack hard. He's back on the track. Both jammers trying to make their way around the outside. Huge hit delivered there. We'll see if any points are awarded.
And Sergeant Pepper managed to call that off just early enough. We may get one more jam in here, ladies and gentlemen. And looks like Salem calls a timeout.
Not a lot of time left, Chaz.
Yeah, this is right down to the edge, it looks like. Looks like they're ready to go. You may have paid for your whole seat, ladies and gentlemen, but you only need the edge right now.
Yes, monster trucks. Dr. B with the star for LCC. Trussell with the star for Salem.
What's this? Trussell escapes the pack, manages to avoid a cut track call because he didn't pass anyone. He was already through. And with lead jammer status, he has control of this situation. Meanwhile,
both jammers now out of the pack. Trussell trying to make his way through. He has 2 to beat. He gets through on the inside. That's a 4-point pass. It's a 1-point bout, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. B hits the pack. He picks up 4 points of his own. Trussell back in the pack, trying to get past X. He accelerates on the outside. That's another 4-point pass. Dr. B up against Photobomb. He is through for 4. We're back to a 5-point bout, ladies and gentlemen, as that clock continues to tick down. Number 15, Trussell wearing the star for Salem. Dr. B for LCC.
And Dr. B still not giving up. There is still time, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. B can pick up a penalty. Trussell can make a huge move. It can still go anyway, ladies and gentlemen, as we move into the last half minute of this very intense, exciting, insane bout.
Both jammers going down hard in turn 2. Trussell with a hop on the inside. Dr. B coming out around the outside. 4 points for each jammer. That clock continues to tick down.
And as the clock ticks down to 0, LCC manages to snatch victory. An amazing unofficial final score of 187 to 182. This is roller derby insanity!